Hi Mountain Real Estate Professionals, Paul LaFontaine from Majestic Mountain Movers in our second video on how you can wow your clients and help them in a part of the sale process that's not so much fun, nor is it the part probably you don't want to get too involved in, and that's moving their goods. If you are put in a position where you have to help the client get some of their goods out or plan their move, you can certainly work with us directly and just bring us and say, here's what I think they want. Here's a plan, and we can do the plan for you, and then you can just hand the plan over to them. We're happy to do that. Your time is better spent going out, finding great transactions, bringing buyers and sellers together, spending time deciding whether the blue couch should be wrapped in blankets or whether they should put it in temperature controlled storage. We can help with all that information, and we're happy to give it to you so you can give it to them. You want to get yourself, I think, out of the expert on the moving portion as quickly as possible, so they can move on with that portion of the project. One area that you can really help with is staging. So staging is really an important part of, as you know, of making the house look more suitable for sale, so the buyer can see themselves in the house more readily because there's less personal stuff in. All those good principles that you all use so well in maximizing the value of a home. The problem is folks are really not sure what to do with staging because it's a complicated thing to move things to storage. They're only going to move a small portion. They've got of their goods because it's the things, maybe it's personal art, it's a little bit of clothing, and it seems like a lot of work just to stage. Well, if you reach out to a mover like us and you say, we'd like to stage these folks, that's one of those things we talked about in the last video where you can talk about a portion of the move where we can help out on price, on availability of our crews to help get that house staged. Because obviously if we're working with clients in the staging phase, then that gives us a chance to build some trust, and we're a likely candidate, or at least a candidate, to do the full move later. So we certainly will give some consideration in terms of staging. So one tip is connect your client with a mover during the staging phase of your project, and that mover will certainly work with your client to make sure that that's taken care of, and it helps you sell the house and helps you get to a transaction which works to your advantage. Another tip for working with your clients is find a mover that can package storage with moving. What people don't realize, and it's something you can advise your clients on, is that if someone up here in the mountains finds a mover to move their goods to a storage facility, that's one move. And later on, when they need to go from the storage facility to either their new home or another storage facility closer to where they live, if it's a second home, that's a second move. So they're paying for two moves, and it feels like they're complete because they moved to the storage facility, but in fact, they've got another move coming and they often don't budget for that. So what you can advise your clients is find a mover that has storage and moving packaged together, and then negotiate the details. So what that would sound like is you would come to, I'd be an example because we have both storage and moving. You say, well, can you do something on the move's price or date if they give you a certain number of months of storage? Or it's a short period of time between two transactions. There's a transition period. Can you give us some consideration on the storage if we were to give you the move? So we're able to negotiate more broadly and across more areas if you have a mover with storage and moving together. And you want to remind your clients that the total budget is not just moving from the home to storage, it's moving from the home to the final destination. So if storage is in between there, that can be a significant cost, and they need to take that into account. There's a lot of things going on at the point of a sale of a home, as you know, and it's super important that you're able to simplify that for folks, and they don't want to really have the time or the bandwidth to think about all of the different elements of the move, but you want to remind them that it's really from their current home to the eventual location that you want those things to come together. So if you work with a client on those things, what you'll be able to do is to guide them in terms of a purchase, and ultimately they're going to see you as an expert, as someone who's helped them out, and someone who's able to save them money. So I hope these tips are helpful for you. Those are very specific ways you can negotiate with a mover. You can tee up a money-saving conversation for the client. I'm Paul LaFontaine from Majestic Mountain Movers. Thanks so much.